165 centimeters. Big boy.
So La Peregrina, the mare, gives rise to the name here, Don Pedro de Temes. La Peregrina, as well as being a master in Kilteely Spring mare, is the name of a pearl found in Central America in the early 1500s and handed over to the administrator of Panama at the time, Don Pedro de Temes. Became part of the crown jewels of Spain, worn by the queens, became property of Napoleon, then bought by the Hamiltons, the Dukes of Abercorn, and latterly owned by Elizabeth Taylor.
Very interesting.
So the last time La Peregrina, the pearl, sold, it was for 11 million, but you might get this boy for a little bit less than that. Cushlas Don Pedro de Temes by the young sire, just 9 years old, for Kinmar Hero Z, licensed into the Zangaside stud book. You will get a green passport with this fellow though, Irish Sport Horse registered. But for Kinmar Hero, owned by Dermot Lennon and Jerry Marron, competing up to a high level himself, and out of the H5 mare owned by the Mexican family and operation Alana Hero Z, who's seen jump to a high level herself by Agonix de Seigneur, and for Kinmar Hero Z himself, For Pleasure Furiosa. So lots of good jumping lines here, but plenty of thoroughbred and blood with the master imp lines there coming in as well through La Peregrina. So Cushlas Don Pedro de Temes, lot 76.
It's an interesting pedigree, I can tell you, and a bit of information along with that as well. Thanks, John. Yeah, a real smart individual, plenty of height, 165 centimeters, lot number 76, and look forward to seeing his performance. And beautifully produced and turned out, so it'd be nice to see him as the viewing goes on. A real smart individual, Cushlas Don Pedro de Temes, and well named for lots of reasons. So introducing, nice upward trot and elevated, very smart individual, light on the feet, and seems to be very athletic as well. I'm sure mature into a beautiful 4-year-old. Will look a real smart individual under saddle, I would imagine. And I'm sure will qualify for both codes. As John says, both sides of the fence. But it'll be interesting to see as we see this viewing and how this performance goes. Quite athletic there, likes to pop and jump, looks down, nice way of doing it. Good elevation, good use of the hind quarter, pushes himself away behind well. Lot 76. Good size about this fellow. Showing some paces on the long side, and nice oxer coming out. Raising the oxer now. Good oxer there now, coming out, stepping up, taking all things in his stride, and nice and sensible about the whole situation. Pops in. Good elevation over the oxer. Stepping up to the task real well. Real fine individual, good striking gelding. Plenty of height and size and scope, and seems to have a good mind as well. Beautifully produced and looking exceptionally well. And named Cushlas, Don Pedro de Temez. That is lot number 76. Thank you, guys. We move on to lot 77, a bay gelding, approximately 163 centimetres, unnamed, and Burns Grove Diamond Roller, the sire. Hugginstown Queen, the dam. Grand Dam by Cruising. We've got the master in.